Hi, I'm Amy on A Lolly Life, and today I caught Little Red Riding Hood snooping in my cupboards. That's right, snooping in my cupboards. And today we are talking about why I keep extra food in the pantry and the kitchen cupboards and here at the house, and why you should too, even if you aren't a prepper. Like, I'm all for the zombie apocalypse. Like, I actually think that kind of sounds like fun, but I'm just an ordinary person, or at least I pretend to be an ordinary person. And there are some real benefits to keeping a little extra food in your cupboards and in your pantry and in your house, around. La 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 la. Amy, are you here? I brought a basket of goodies. Not here? Amy? Amy, I think I'll snoop in her cupboards, because everybody knows that a good fairy tale character snoops in the cupboards when nobody's home. You will not believe what I found in Amy's cupboards. You gotta come and see this. Come on. Oh my goodness, there's so much. Oh! Hey, Amy, hi. I was coming to bring you a little basket of goodies. I wasn't actually snooping in your cupboards. My, what a lot of spaghetti sauce you have, Amy. And what a lot of noodles you have, Amy. All the better to eat healthier. You think pasta equals high calories? Not necessarily. You do some oven-ready lasagna noodles, pair it with some low-calorie pasta sauce, and a few other things. And voila! You have an amazing dinner at significantly less calories than what it would be if you were to go to a restaurant or even just purchase it frozen at the grocery store. And it would also taste better. Believe me, it tastes better. It's easier to make healthier dinners and to eat healthier if you have extra food in the house. And the reason why is because you're more likely to make dinner, because you would have the ingredients to make a dinner. And so if you have some of the basics around in your house, you're just more likely to be able to whip up a meal and create dinner and eat at home. And when you can do that, you eat healthier. That's good for everything, including your waistline. My, what a lot of green beans you have, Amy. I keep extra green beans on hand because it saves me money. You can look for sales. And so when I saw green beans on sale, I thought, oh, well, it must be time for me to stock up on green beans, because I actually like canned green beans. I like fresh green beans better, but they're a lot of work, so. But when your favorite canned vegetable is on sale, or whatever else that it happens to be is on sale, and you stock up, then you're saving a little bit of extra money that you can then use to do something else that you would rather do, or to pay your bills. When you do have a tiny bit of extra money that you could spend at the grocery store, and you use it to buy some extra food to keep on hand at home, when you have a tight grocery week or a tight grocery month, you still have food on hand to eat. You could still make dinner. You can still pull something together. It may not be your favorite, but you still have food to eat. My, what a lot of ketchup you have, Amy. All the better to not have to go to the store as often. And then I can catch people like you snooping in my cupboards. We don't use ketchup all that often, sometimes on sandwiches and burgers and things, but one thing that we do use ketchup is that I have a recipe for the Pioneer Woman's meatloaf. It is really, really good. I don't have to go to the store as often if I keep some extra ketchup on hand. I don't know about you, but I actually don't love going to the grocery store. It's not really my favorite thing. I'm sure that there are moments where I want to get out and get away, and going to the grocery sounds like as good a place as any. But most of the time, I would say 95% of the time, maybe even more, I'm not really keen on the idea of going to the grocery store. I just want the grocery shopping done. I don't necessarily want to do it. When I keep extra food on hand, then I don't have to shop as often. And Well, the anxiety part of me says thank you. Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate your efforts in my behalf on not having to go to the store any more often than I have to. Something about not having to go to the store as often is that every time that you go to the grocery store, you are likely to have some impulse buys. Some things that aren't on your actual list that you're like, oh, that sounds good. I'll just take some of that, and I'll take some of that. Oh, I think I want some of this. And so the less often that you go to the grocery store, the less money you end up spending. And so by having extra food on hand at home, you don't have to go to the grocery store as often to stock up, and therefore you spend less. It's good for your budget. My, Amy, what a lot of spices you have. All the better to reduce stress and anxiety with. Extra spices to refill. What spice is this? The secret ingredient? Like and subscribe. Well, now you know. The secret ingredient is like and subscribe. What does having extra spices on hand have to do with reducing anxiety? Well, when you have extra food and things on hand, then it gives you a sense of security, because there are going to be times when you go to the grocery store, and I know that you remember this. Toilet paper! Yeah, toilet paper. Do you remember? Not so very long ago, the grocery stores all ran out of toilet paper. It was this like big brouhaha. That's like a fancy word for like weird stuff happening that was like frantic and crazy and shouldn't have been happening, but it was. The stores ran out of toilet paper. But, lucky for us, we had gone to Costco the month earlier, and we had gotten a couple of big, extra large packages of toilet paper before the pandemic hit, before all the toilet paper hubbub happened. And we had toilet paper when everybody else was running low, because we had kept a little extra on hand. When you keep extra food on hand and extra toilet paper on hand, then you don't have to worry so much about running out when the store doesn't have any. Because while it may not have been the zombie apocalypse, the pandemic was, well, like, pretty close. It was close. Like, there was, like, some excitement of, like, maybe it will be the zombie apocalypse. It wasn't, but, which was disappointing. I kind of thought that would have happened. But the pandemic has kind of messed up the supply chain. And so you never know if truckers are going to go on strike, or if maybe the trucks aren't going to be able to get through, or maybe the docks in California are all backed up and the stuff just doesn't make it to the stores like it's supposed to. The thing is that you can't always guarantee that what you need is going to be at the store. And when you keep a little extra on hand, then that sense of security of it's going to be okay. I got it covered. Like, that's a really good thing. With this world and the amount of anxiety in this world, anything that you can do to reduce anxiety in any area of your life has a benefit. It really does. My, Amy, what a lot of sugar and oatmeal you have. All the better to make no-bake cookies with. Or really just any recipe, actually, because let's be real honest. All good recipes call for sugar. I'm pretty sure that that's like in the description of a good recipe. It says it must have sugar in the recipe in order for it to like qualify as a good recipe. And so having extra sugar and things on hand, well, it's just kind of important. The next time that you're at the store and you have just a little bit of extra that you can spend, then it'd be a good idea to pick up some extra things and have a little bit of extra food on hand. There are just some real benefits to it. That's the end of our Little Red Riding Hood episode. And so I'll see you next time on A Lolly Life. I really need to work on my sneaking skills. I think if I could sneak just a little bit better, she wouldn't have caught me.